Hey guys, today we're going to be working on rotations on a polar graph. This is going to prepare us for doing rotations in the coordinate plane. So each of the figures below can be divided into congruent triangles. The angles in the center are all congruent. Use the figures to answer the questions, and we're going to assume all rotations are counterclockwise. So counterclockwise means going this way. So in this first example, we want to find the measurement of angle PXA using this figure. So PXA would be this little angle right here. And if you remember, these shapes can be divided into congruent triangles. So the center of this would be 360 degrees. So if the center is 360 and the pentagon is broken into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triangles, all I have to do is 360 divided by 5 to figure out what one of the triangles is. So 360 divided by 5 is 72 degrees. So I know that this angle is 72 degrees, and so are all of the other angles represented by the triangles. Next, we're going to find the measurement of angle PXT. So here's P, here's X, and here's T. So we're looking for the measurement of this red angle. So if I know that this angle is 72 and this angle is 72, all you have to do is add them together or multiply 72 by 2. That would give you 144 degrees. Now let's work on some rotations. We're going to name the image of N for a rotation of 72 degrees about X. So here's X and here's N. We are going to assume that all rotations are counterclockwise. So if I take N, or think about turning the figure, and if I turn it 72 degrees, which is going to be one triangle, I'm going to end up at point E. Next, we're going to name the image of A for a rotation of 144 degrees about X. So here's A, and I want to go 144 degrees. So if each triangle is 72, I divide 144 degrees by 72, and that is 2 angles, which means I'm going to go 2 rotations counterclockwise. So if I'm starting at A and I rotate it counterclockwise 144 degrees, which is 2 angles, I will end up at point N. Next, we're going to name the image of T for a rotation of 216 degrees about X. How many rotations is that? All you have to do is divide 216 by 72 and you get 3. So that means when I start at T, I'm going to go 3 rotations. What point would I end up at? Remember, we want to go counterclockwise. So if I'm at point T and I go 3 times, 1, 2, 3, I would be at point P. Next, we're going to figure out how many degrees would point T need to rotate to rest in the same position as point A. So I want to start at T, and I just want to count how many rotations that is going clockwise. So there would be 1, 2, 3, 4. That would mean 4 rotations. So that would be 4 times 72 because each rotation is 72. And that would leave me with 288 degrees if I wanted to map point T to point A. Now let's look at the next figure. This is a hexagon. It has 6 triangles that are all congruent. What is the measurement of angle NAO, which is right here? NAO can be found by dividing 360 degrees by 6 because there are 6 congruent triangles and this is 360 degrees inside. So 360 divided by 6 is 60 degrees. Next, we're going to find the measurement of angle HAO. So HAO would be 2 triangles. What is the measurement of angle HAO? If each triangle is 60 degrees, I can do 60 plus 60, or 60 times 2, and get an answer of 120 degrees. Next, let's name the image of E for a rotation of 60 degrees about A. So A is just the center. So if I rotate E 60 degrees, that's one rotation. Which point would I be at? I would be at point H. So you want to remember that you're always going counterclockwise as stated in the directions. Next, we're going to name the image of N for a rotation of 120 degrees about A. So N is here. I want to rotate 120 degrees. So if each triangle is 60 degrees, 120 divided by 60, that's equal to 2. So that means I'm going to go 2 rotations or 2 angles. Where would you end up? If I started at point N and went 2 rotations counterclockwise, I would end up at point G. If you were going to name the image of K after rotating it 240 degrees, what point would you end up at? First, you need to divide 240 by 60 because each triangle is 60 degrees. That means 4 rotations. So if I'm starting at point K and I go 4 rotations counterclockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, I would end up at point O. Last, we're going to figure out how many degrees would point H need to rotate to rest in the same position as G. So if I start at point H and I'm going counterclockwise, I want to get to point G. So that would be 1, 2, 3 rotations. How many degrees is that? All you have to do is multiply 3 times 60 because each triangle is 60 degrees, and that would give you 180 degrees. Now let's look at finding rotations on a polar graph. Rotations are described using either a polar graph or a coordinate plane. The amount of rotation is given in degrees. Find the image of each figure for the given degree of rotation. Draw and label each image. So we want to rotate this triangle RDT clockwise 75 degrees. So clockwise means we are going this way. Before we start rotating, we need to see how the polar graph is scaled. So if we look at 0, it goes from 0 to 15, 15 to 30, and 30 to 45, and so on. So the difference in between each number is 15. So what you need to do is divide the 75 by 15 to figure out how many rotations that is. So 75 divided by 15 is 5. So I'm going to take each one of these points and rotate it along its scale right here, or its axes, 5 times. So if I start at D, I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then put D prime right there. Now you're going to do the same thing with the other 2 points. So if I start on this axis with point R, I'm going to rotate it 5 times clockwise. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. R prime would be right here. Now let's do the same thing with T. It's on the inside, so just be careful when you're counting. So count 5 over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. T prime would be right here. Then you want to make sure that you connect your points of your image. And now we've rotated triangle RDT 75 degrees about the origin on a polar graph. Now we're going to do the same thing with this quadrilateral, but we're going to be rotating it counterclockwise. So counterclockwise would be going the other way, and we are going to rotate it 105 degrees. So we need to figure out how many rotations that is by looking at the scale. So the scale, again, still goes by 15. So how many rotations is 105 degrees? If I divide 105 by 15 degrees, because that's what the scale is, that's going to give me 7, which would be 7 rotations. So if I start here with point X, I'm going to go over counterclockwise 7 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That will put me right here at the 60-degree mark. Go ahead, pause the video, and rotate the rest of the points. This is what your graph should look like. Make sure that you're labeling your new quadrilateral with the proper marks to represent that it's the image of the original. Next, we're going to rotate triangle KMC clockwise 150 degrees. So here's your triangle. We want to make sure that clockwise means we're going around to the right. How many rotations is 150 degrees? So notice this scale is going by a different number. So it looks like it's going by 30s. So we divide 150 by 30, and that's equal to 5. So that means we're going to move each of the points 5 times clockwise. So let's start at C. If I count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, point C would be on this axis even with 150 degrees. Go ahead, pause the video, and take a moment to rotate the rest of the points. Here is what your new triangle will look like. Let's look at number 4. You're going to rotate triangle ZBN counterclockwise 210 degrees. So counterclockwise would be around to the left, and you want 210 degrees. So before we start, we need to figure out how many rotations that is by looking at the scale. So it looks like the scale goes by tens. How many rotations would that be? If you take 210 and you divide it by 10, that's going to be 21 rotations. So go ahead, pause the video, and rotate triangle ZBN. This is what the image should look like. For your summary, you want to answer the essential question, which is how can you rotate on a polar graph? So all you have to do is look at how the graph is scaled, divide by that number to see how many sections or rotations you need to go.